We continue to see the number of cases and the number of hospitalizations rise in our community. We are talking about the latest COVID numbers. We are joined by San Antonio Mayor Ron Nirenberg right now. Mr. Mayor, your reaction to the numbers. I mean, we are seeing incremental increases just every day, it seems like, in hospitalizations and cases. What can you do at this point?
Well, we've talked to all of our legal experts, and, with the governor's order now, he's just about blocked every door that we had to walk through in terms of being able to use local mitigation measures outside of appealing to people to do the right thing, which is, number one, go get vaccinated if you're eligible, and two, wear a mask while there's widespread transmission of COVID, the Delta variant happening because it proliferates so quickly. So we are really working diligently to get that message out and to help people understand that the vaccine will prevent you from dying. The vaccine will prevent you from getting severely ill. So it doesn't necessarily stop transmission, and that's what we're seeing. But if you want to prevent death, which is the purpose of our pandemic response efforts, then get vaccinated. And while widespread transmission is happening, we've got to slow it down by wearing a mask. I want to share with you something, Steve and Myra, that I just talked to one of our hospital CEOs, and they had roughly 250 people in the hospital today with COVID positive patients, about 250. 92% of them were unvaccinated. So there were some breakthrough cases in the hospital. But let me give you something that's stark. Nobody was on ventilators. They had a single person out of 65 that was in ICU, but it was a step-down unit, so it was not as severe a case. So of the 250 people that were in the hospital, no one was on ICU and no one was on a ventilator. That gives you a picture of what the vaccine does. It's effective in preventing death. It's effective in preventing severe illness. If you value your life and the life of those around you, get vaccinated.
And we know we saw the number of people on ventilators certainly climb during the last surge at the end of the year. All this happening, Mayor, as kids prepare to go back to school. And I can tell you we are getting question after question from parents wondering what individual school districts are going to be able to do to keep kids safe. Of course, you talked about the governor's mandate, not allowing districts to put in place a mask mandate. Have you been speaking with any leaders of local school districts to ask them what their big concerns are right now ahead of the start of the school, or what they want to see happen?
Yes, and we convened with all of our superintendents late last week with our Metro Health leaders, our public health officials, and we heard their concerns. And the concerns are that they have really little control, given the governor's order, about requiring these basic mitigation measures. And if you look at the CDC recommendation, the CDC guideline says if you are a child going back to school, you should go back in a mask. So we are asking them to do that. The Public Health Authority here in Bexar County issued that advisory that if you're going back to school, you should wear a mask. The governor, in a most cruel order, has prevented our local school districts from requiring that. But we're asking people to do the right thing. Wear a mask if you're going back to school, and certainly the family members of those around and everyone else in the community that's eligible, go get a vaccine. That will help us to keep our kids safe.
The president even talked today about certain states that are preventing some of these mitigation efforts, like mask mandates and some of the other things, expressing his frustration with the entire thing. When we move forward here, I know that you and the county judge both wrote a letter to Governor Abbott asking him to give you the power and school districts the power to have masking take place. Did you ever hear anything back from the governor?
Well, we saw some tweets, which is really it. And that's, again, unfortunate because it doesn't seem like the governor grasps the seriousness of the issue that we're facing. And the very stark choices that parents and teachers and administrators are having to make. So we are appealing. People do have the choice to do the right thing, but we also need to make sure that everybody is around them is as well. And again, all of this is about the vaccinations. If you are vaccinated, you are safe from severe illness and death. And the problem is there are still many people in our community who are not eligible to receive the vaccine, which is namely children under 12. And so if we value, should be doing what we can to protect them. And so that means getting vaccinated if you're eligible. And then, of course, to slow down the transmission around them, wear a mask.
We have also been hearing from, other cities and counties around the country, companies as well, who are starting to require their employees get vaccinated. That is a condition of employment in some places now. I know that the city of San Antonio is looking at the legalities behind that. So where are you in that effort, the idea of potentially requiring all city of San Antonio employees to be vaccinated?
Again, that is something that we are looking at legally. Of course, there's a lot of discussion about that happening across the country. And a lot of that hinges on the full authorization likely to take place sometime between September and January. But we do want to point out that businesses have the right to operate as they wish. And if they wish to require their employees to get vaccinated, or even their customers to walk in requiring vaccines, they can do that. We've already heard from a couple of businesses here in town that are going to be that have begun requiring vaccination for their employees. We applaud that effort. That is a way to keep their own employees and their customers safe. Again, we cannot stress, and if you go into our local hospitals, you will see how much stress they are under. Not just the healthcare providers, those doctors and nurses who have been stressed beyond belief for the last 18 months, but also the capacity restraints that we're under. And again, it's not just about COVID when we're talking about hospital capacity. It's about everything that they do in there. So if you're trauma runs, car accidents, pregnancies, all the things that hospitals serve our community every single day for are under intense pressure because of the sharp rise in Delta variant COVID cases that they're seeing inside the hospital. We can help prevent that. We can help slow that down, again, by wearing masks. And then, of course, the ultimate tool against this pandemic, get vaccinated.
Yeah, we talked to an emergency room doctor last night, Mr. Mayor, who basically said the same thing. We know what the solution is to this, that masking and social distancing will help, but the solution is getting vaccinated. So he shared some of those frustrations last night as well. Mayor Ron Nirenberg, always appreciate your time.
Great to see y'all. Be careful.
We'll be right back.